Hi guys, I'm Demetria, and today I'm taking you behind the scenes on a web design project I'm working on for a client. So I've got my doggy here. This is Shaggy. He's not very shaggy because we just got his hair cut and he's kind of uncomfortable because he doesn't like his haircut. But he is doing good. He is 11 years old. And then as you can see, my office is really needing a makeover right now because I share this space with not just my podcast coaching and web design, but also I do a lot of teaching online on OutSchool. So I have a lot of teaching materials here and bills and that kind of thing. So I've got a lot going here in this corner that needs to be fixed. But I do like my wall space and my plant. So I'm working on revamping things in this office, and hopefully I can show you guys what happens in the upcoming months. But I do have 2 desks right now, and I'm hoping to get all of this reconfigured. So I'm going to turn you guys around to what I'm working on here. And this is my welcome packet for web design clients. So I do all of this in Canva currently. And I am starting this division of my podcast coaching for clients who actually need a website before they begin, or they've had a podcast for some time but just don't have a brand or a website to add to the flavor and to the foundation of their business. So I thought I'd just take you along with me on my journey today. This is a day in my life. And it's not a typical day. This is a day where I'm working on web design, but typically I'm working on other things like coaching podcast clients, catching up on other type of marketing processes that I need to do. I'm creating a course right now as well, so maybe I'll bring you into that back end at some point. But this is not a typical day, but it's a day in my life today. So I wanted to show you what I'm working on. So I'm just gonna go ahead and add a few pages and kind of get this rolling so that before my meeting begins, I have a little presentation to give her. So I would want to, the first thing up here says to modern, to make sure that your branding strategy is modern and fresh. I want to make sure that it's appealing and updated for what's happening in 2024. Things are changing. And so I just want to kind of keep everything modern and then optimize. My main thing is optimizing results for your website. So I want to make sure that whatever your audience is that you're trying to reach, that we create a keyword strategy and get that placed into your homepage somehow. So that way you have a better chance of ranking better in Google. And then my last thing for your complete design is responsiveness, making sure that it looks well in phones and mobile devices and that it shows up properly. So I would be putting more emphasis on the web positioning and responsive, because I know most people are finding sites online or on mobile devices nowadays. So I just want to keep that as something that we focus on. All right, so that was a meeting with a potential client who I've worked with in the past. We work really great together, and I always like talking to her. So it was just a fun 30 minutes. Besides business chat, we got to catch up on things. And I'm having my kiwi because the vitamin C makes me feel so good. Anytime I'm done with a meeting, I'm always so hungry. But I'm trying to focus on eating more fruit and vegetables. So kiwi. And I got my water, so I'm trying to drink more. And I've really been struggling with drinking enough water. Just struggling with that. I don't know if it's because I feel like I'm too busy to think about replenishing myself, but no way. We have to take care of ourselves. So I need to finish this before noon. I have to pick up my daughter from school. She is a part-time student at a Christian private school. And so that means that we pick her up between 12 and 1 every afternoon. So I only get a few hours after waking up and dropping her off at school to get started with work. My workflows mean for me that I have to really be concentrating on that one activity for a good 15 minutes before I'm actually feeling like I'm in the flow. So that is something, it takes me a while to warm up, basically. And so once I get into my flow and my brain is working correctly and I feel like I'm being energized and my creative juices are flowing, I can't be interrupted. So I need a couple of hours to actually accomplish the work that I have before me. And that has been a challenge with working from home. And I love working from home. And this is what I've been doing for 20 years, but it is a challenge because I'm distracted easily by all the things I want to do. And I require a certain atmosphere to be creative in a certain way. So I'm distracted when my environment doesn't look the way I want it to. For example, behind me, I have this little trash bin under this table that I want to fix. And then, of course, what I showed earlier, there's this little area beneath my board that I want to fix. So when I'm sitting here, I can't help but think about all the things I want to fix. So I'm like, oh no, I need to clean my desk. But then that's another 15, 20 minutes that I'm not working on other projects. So I'm learning how to ignore the clutter or anything that remotely feels like clutter so that I can work. And then I allow myself the time I need to fix my clutter after. So I'm gonna drink my water, I'm gonna finish my kiwi, and then I'm going to wrap up the final ends of the meeting I had with my client and get these notes into a drive and create a folder for her so that I don't forget what we talked about. I do have it recorded, but I just want to have that in some type of typed format so that I can easily refer to it in her folder. So one of the things I've learned that while working from home is that I can be as comfortable as I want to be. So I got really overheated just now. So I've taken off my turtleneck and I am comfortable. That's just part of the benefit of working from home is that you get to be comfortable and cozy. But I am hot now. I still have my heater on and I've kind of worked up the sweat over the past hour. And so that plus I'm in a stage of life where sweating a lot is a thing. So I just had to get comfortable. But what I'm doing now is typing up all of our notes. I added in some of the pictures that she gave me for her flyers. So I'm just adding all that in. And then I have something else to work on today before I pick up my daughter. And I don't know that I'll have time to do that. But if I do, I'm gonna spend at least 30 to 45 minutes working on a digital course that I'm creating just for podcasters or soon to be podcasters. And I'm really excited. I haven't released the course yet because it's not done, but it will be complete. I've already told my podcast listeners that they can be looking forward to that. And so I'm going to work on a little bit of uploading some of that content to the course portal, which I just found out I really like. It's called system.io, and I'm planning to use that for now. Yeah, that's what I'm planning to do. We'll see if that's a system that I use long term. I was thinking of going with Funnel Gorgeous, which is a Go High Level white label, but right now I'd rather save the money, kind of get some more of my funnels rolling through system. And then with time, as I start to build even more clientele, then I can move over to go high level. So I'm working on that course, but right now I'm going to finish up these notes, and then I'll move over. I've got my black tea to keep me hydrated as well as, I guess, warm, even though I'm hot and I don't really need hot tea. But it's just a habit of drinking water and drinking tea all morning so that I prevent myself from having a lot of carbs. And the kiwi was really good, by the way. Apparently the kiwi and the black tea was not enough. I have to go get myself a bowl of yogurt, and I'm still kind of working on this chocolate that my neighbor got me from the Philippines. So I'm finishing this up. And I decided to go ahead and also start my toggle, because sometimes I like to know how long it's taking me to get certain tasks done. And I just want to take inventory of how long it takes me to complete this course. So I've already been capturing the time it takes me to do the edits for the videos that I created, uploading them to system, and now after editing them, how long it's going to take me to complete the process of arranging all the modules in the course so that it makes sense for my students when they start registering for it. So right now I'm tracking how long it takes me to arrange the modules in system. So I went and picked up my daughter from school. We ran a couple of errands, charged the car, did some errand running, and before long it is late evening, getting dark. And so before I left today, I was able to sit down and write up all of my module titles and try to organize it in such a way where I know which workbook pages are going with which modules, because when I created my workbook in Canva, I was just creating and I wasn't necessarily trying to organize them according to the modules. So I just finished up this organization, and so now I'm going to take this and transfer it to my system.io, which is my platform I'm using to host my videos for my lessons for my podcasting course and the workbook. And I'm going to go into the course and organize those modules and get those workbook pages uploaded into each of the lessons. Once I'm done with that, my next plan, and I was hoping to do that tonight, but I might have to let some of that work be tomorrow's work, because I really need to edit my podcast. I recorded before I left a podcast for Soul Podcasting, episode 24. And so now I just have to go in and edit that. Usually I try to upkeep that podcast once a week. So that's going up hopefully tonight. And then my next editing will be for my Christian Homeschool Moms podcast. And the one after that will be Her Business Elevated. And those I will do on another day, of course. I can't do all of that in one day. So the last thing I have to do today before I can completely say I'm done, and we're already at 5:48 p.m. because I had a little gap in my day where I ran some errands and got some stuff done. So I'm back to work for just a little bit longer, but I'm just going to take this one more hour to edit my podcast and to wrap up any loose ends on the podcast course that I can do within an hour. And if I can't get it done within an hour, then it rolls over until tomorrow. So I'm happy with the progress that I made today with my business activities. Very, very pleased with that. And I will also on tomorrow morning send out a proposal to my hopefully soon to be client, my prospective client. And so that will happen on tomorrow morning. But today has been busy and it's been productive. So I'm really happy about that. And that's all I have for today. I hope you enjoyed my day in the life. I hopefully will have more videos like this for you in the future. If you have any questions about my life as a podcaster or a podcast coach or a digital marketer, a web designer, any of those things, I love talking business on this channel as well. So business and faith are my hot topics here. And if you have any questions or have any suggestions as to what I could talk about next, let me know. And I can't wait to share with you. Thanks for watching. Bye.